Hi, everybody. Welcome to Dunedain Dad Gaming. I am Josh. This is John.
Hi.
And we're here for another Middle-earth strategy battle game battle report.
That's right.
Today we're playing 650 points of, what's the scenario?
We're playing Divide and Conquer.
Of Divide and Conquer. We've got two really interesting lists today. John is taking the Beornings, and I am taking Mordor with a heavy focus on the Nazgul. So, John, you want to give us a breakdown of your list?
Sure. So it's pretty straightforward. It's Beornings. So it's Beorn and Grimmbeorn. Beorn has 8 Beornings with great axes, and Grimmbeorn has 4 Beornings with great bows, because he himself has a great bow. So I figured keep them all together, at least at the start, and then see how it goes.
A lot of people argue about whether or not this is a good list, but what's your take on?
I think the Beornings are really good. I think that some people I've heard don't like the great bows. I like the great bows. Personally, but I think the list is really good. I don't think it's like the be-all end-all, but I definitely think it can catch people out if they don't know how to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
And like personally, I think the Beornings themselves are what really make the list a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Not like the bears are great, but a lot of armies have great heroes and great monsters, right? But even though it's not a lot of guys, the bodies are really sturdy, and they will win the game, right? Because even if you distract the bears, the Beornings themselves will still just win a game. So I think
very good infantry models.
Yeah,
2 wounds, high fight value, high strength.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Well, I'm bringing Mordor today. It's a total of 37 models. I went for the triple ring wraiths. We've got the Witch King of Angmar with 3 additional might, 4 additional will, and 2 fate points, leading 6 Mordor Orc Warriors with spear, 6 Morannon Orcs with shield, Khamul the Easterling with 6 Orc Warriors with spear, 6 Morannon Orcs with shield, and then the Knight of Umbar, who has not been super popular this edition, but in years past he was really, really regarded as like a meta choice. He's got 5 Orc Warriors with spear, 3 Morannon Orcs with shield, and 2 Morannon Orcs with shield and spear. The design philosophy for this particular army is a little weird. It's sort of intended to be counter meta, so we'll see if that works.
I'm excited to see what happens.
So when I was writing it, I had in mind in particular the host of the Dragon Emperor.
Yeah.
So what can take down the Dragon Emperor? You wouldn't immediately think Ring Wraith because he's resistant to magic, but if you have the redundancy of 3 people casting on him, eventually he's going to fail.
Right.
So not only that, but you also have Khamul the Easterling, who can bump up his fight value and bump up his attacks value. And then you've got the Knight of Umbar, who can steal the opponent's fight value as well as their attacks value.
That's true. You have a lot of it's melee ring wraiths.
It's right? Melee ring wraiths, which isn't something people are used to.
But it's cool.
But yeah, so the idea is that the Knight of Umbar and Khamul the Easterling go into combat with this incapacitated hero,
right?
And then steal is good stuff.
Apart. Right.
Yeah. So steal is good stuff, and then turn it back at him.
I mean, it should work good against the bears too.
Yes, so
because that's the other thing the Beornings have is everybody is resistant to magic
and no shooting whatsoever. So it's not going to worry about the rules for darkness when fighting against Lothlorien or Assault on Lothlorien.
Oh, sure.
And if you're going up against enraged beasts, they're going to grab that fight value. The Knight of Umbar is going to grab the fight value or those increased, stats and throw them right back at him. So we'll see if it works out. But
I'm excited. We'll see what happens. And then. For the scenario, we did the veto system. We had capture, control, retrieval, and divide and conquer. Mm-hmm. And Josh got rid of retrieval, and I got rid of capture and control.
Yeah.
So we're gonna roll priority and see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, turn 1 priority.
All right. So I'm gonna pick this side, and I'll go in this corner here.
Okay. So you're gonna do your first one over there.
Yep.
Okay. We will be back after we deploy all our stuff.
Yep.
Okay. So we deployed all of our things. What do you have over here?
A lot of this deployment is controlled by the dictates of the scenario, but over here I have the Witch King as well as the Knight of Umbar. This is actually the Dark Marshal miniature, but I do not own the Knight of Umbar, so we've got to proxy him for right now. But the again, something that has to do with the design philosophy of this particular army list is trying to get defense 6 up front with a strength 4 and pad the numbers with these weaker orcs in the back. In a perfect world or at higher points value, you get all Morannon Orcs, so that if you come up into something like Gondor or Easterlings, you got that high strength that's going to kill them on 5s, but they only wound you on 6s. But there's a little bit of a compromise here to try to get the numbers up. So way over there, we got Khamul with a slightly smaller warband. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, and I've got Beorn with his melee brethren in this corner, and Grimmbeorn had to go in the opposite corner. I put Grimmbeorn down first over here because there were better lanes for them to kind of shoot towards the middle and the various objectives, as opposed to that side. There would be a lot more in the ways coming in.
And I like your organization of the warbands into a melee warband and a warband with the great bows.
Yeah.
I think that makes a lot more sense, because otherwise you just have random guys who are just trailing behind, and then it's just,
Right.
I think this is a better way to do it.
Whereas in this case, I've got kind of a first wave and a second wave. But if I need to, Grimmbeorn can turn into a bear right away and charge in ahead of everybody else. Right? To
And
still get some hurls going.
And those strength 4 bows are going to be wounding my spearmen on 4s.
Yeah.
So making me pay for the numbers.
And I really like them for armored horses. If
yeah.
does have armored horses, it's a lot easier to take down those horses. Yeah. So, all right, and then we'll get into priority. Turn 1. I have a 3.
5.
All right.
Witch King takes it.
Okay. And here we are after movement. Mordor moved up. Beorn and his guys started charging this direction.
She's up, but she's not.
To try to catch them while they're separated. And then we have some shots. You don't have any shooting.
No shooting in the list whatsoever.
No magic this turn because everybody just moved. All right, so I'm going to take some shots. So 4 guys did not move. So they are all going to shoot back that way at those guys there. So they won't have anything in the way. And then she is going to be at 1 less.
Okay.
So 4 hitting on 4s and 1 hitting on a 5. So first 4 hitting on 4s. So 3 hits. And then they're shooting into... are some of those not Morannon orcs on this side?
Yes, so these guys, I apologize,
Right.
these two
No,
are
those are
proxies, these are Morannon orcs.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I ran out.
That's fine. So that's fine, because I'm strength 4 bows, and so it's wounding on 5s.
Yep.
So first 3, that's 2 dead.
Oh,
And then...
get those proxies out of here.
Heck yeah. And then this other lady is going to miss. But there we go. That's 2 guys dead. And then priority for turn 2.
All right.
5.
It's back to you.
Back to me. All right, we'll be back. All right. At the end of movement, they stood still. They all moved up. Beorn and friends ran forward. And all of these guys ran away, with Khamul failing to black dart Beorning.
Wasting 3 precious will points.
that is true. Yeah, they all stood still, so they're all just going to shoot. And we're just going to shoot.
So these guys are going to kill on 4s.
First one hits. Does not kill anybody. Next one hits. Kills a guy. Yep. Number 3 misses. Number 4 hits. Kills a guy. Number 5 misses. Hey, there's another 2. And then priority. Do we want to just roll it again?
Sure.
Okay. All right, so priority to Mordor.
Okay, so we're at the end of movement for turn 2. The Beornings have pursued Khamul's warband towards the central objective. Beorn is now in combat over here with some Beornings going up against these orcish speed bumps. And then Grimmbeorn has transformed into his bear form, and he's left his men behind to take some pot shots at the orcs. But they're going to get some good line of sight into the rear of this orc battle line.
Yep, so we're going to have 1 shot going here with an in the way there. So that one first. So he needs a 4. He misses. And then these 3 are going to go that way, starting here and going there. And so we'll shoot this way. So first one needs a 4 hits, and then a 5, and then a 4.
4 will kill him.
One of the back ones. Yep. So take that guy out.
Thank you.
And then second shot misses, and the third shot misses. And that's it.
That's going to take us into combat.
Yes. All right, let's just do the combats then, because it's only a couple. So let's just do. Or you had priority this turn, so
Sure.
Where do you want to go?
Well, let's do the one that's... Sorry, I didn't mean to crush your initiative there. Let's do the one that is slightly less depressing for the orcs. You've got a Beorning against the orc spearman.
Yeah, the Beornings have 2 attacks, so.
6.
Okay, you beat me.
You have a banner.
I do, because I have a bear. 6.
You win.
And that's a dead
And
one.
he's a real dead orc.
This time, I know last time we only ever rolled in the tray. This time we're going to try moving the tray around and then just aiming at it.
Okay. All right.
It's just a target. If we miss, it's not a big deal. But we're going to... That way the camera has a place to look.
That makes sense to me. All right, let's do Beorn.
Yep. So he's
Orc Spearman got a 6.
4 attacks.
All right, you got
Beorn is
it.
going to eat him. Beorn is going to hurl him. At hurling is.
So it's going to be directly away. So you can't pick a...
Oh, sure. So it'll be that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not going to hurl him.
Yeah, he's actually going to go into your guys. Which
We'll
is,
just kill
you
him.
don't want to do that.
It's
Just
fine.
kill him, yeah.
All right.
There you go.
He's dead. Fine.
Yeah.
Nothing fun.
In the olden days of yore, when they first introduced brutal power attacks, trolls and all kinds of monsters could pick up a guy up and just fling him.
If he barges, do the other guys still get their strikes and he gets to move?
I don't know the answer to that. I would assume they do not get to strike.
I would guess not as well, but maybe worth looking into for later.
Okay.
All right, and that is that. So next turn priority. I don't even know what turn it is anymore.
Turn 3.
6.
You were going to get it automatically.
All right.
So you have priority.
Good.
What's the move on this bad boy? Move characteristic. 8 inches?
Yes.
Can you catch me?
Yes, I can.
Heroic move with Khamul.
Yep. And then Beorn is gonna heroic move back.
Okay.
And then
you had priority. I'm evil.
Yep.
Woo!
Oh, he gets away.
All right. Khamul. Transfix Beorn.
Yep.
He's gonna throw 2 dice at it. I need it on a 4. It gets it on a 5.
Okay. Resistant to magic, and
So you get an extra dice, and then you got I think 3 will.
I do. So we'll spend 2. So I'll have 3 dice. So down to 1 will. And
He is transfixed.
That was very bad for Beorn.
Good job, Khamul. Good job. Good
right,
hustle out there, buddy. Good hustle. All right, he's got to move.
Yep. His guys. I can take that back.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. All right. Then we'll be back again.
So bad with that counter charge because you are going to get all those guys on Khamul the Easterling. What am I doing? What am I even doing?
Well, Beorn's not going to be able to punch him this turn, so it's
At
a good
least
turn
there's
to
that.
try
Yeah,
to
but-
take out some Beornings, so we'll see.
Yeah, well, Khamul's going to go down in a blaze of glory. But he does have Heroic Strike. He has a Might Point left. I think he can actually use a Will to boost his fight value. I have to check that.
Okay.
If he can, he only has so many attacks.
And here's the end of movement. Khamul is surrounded, and there's some fights over there. Oh, no, you have to do the rest of your movement.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do the rest of your movement, and then I'll do it.
So Beorning movement is done, and we have a real hairy situation in here for Khamul. Let's see how he can handle it. Okay,
All right.
you got some shooting?
End of movement. The Witch King did do 1 damage to a Beorning with a black dart, and then these 4 guys have some shots that they're going to take clean up this direction into those guys. Just straight back that way. And then they all did move half, so they're going to be hitting on 5s. So hitting on 5s, so 1, and then wounding on a 4. Nothing. And then into combat. Do you have any heroics call?
I'm going to Heroic Strike with Khamul, and I'm going to use one of his will points to increase his attacks to 3.
Okay. And then Grimmbeorn is going to... Yeah, we'll go for it. We'll do a heroic combat with Grimmbeorn.
Okay.
So we'll do that first, and do the other big combat, and then do everything else.
Okay.
All right, so Grimmbeorn has his 4 attacks.
Come here, Orcs! Ah, double ones!
Great.
Hey, we got the bad dice out of the way. We got the bad dice out of the way.
Those orcs are dead.
All right, you get to move again.
And then he's going to hop on to just another 1 orc because of how they're standing. But that's fine. And then we'll just do that. And then, we'll do that later. And then over here we have the Khamul fight. Okay,
Prize
so
fight.
what's Khamul's stats right now?
He is fight value 6.
Okay, it's enough.
And he has 2 attacks plus 1 for the cavalry charge.
Okay, so
he's
he's
gonna
at
be
3
3
attacks to my 6 attacks with a banner. Do you roll a 6?
Ah, yes, you got it.
okay.
You got it.
All right, so a bunch of Beornings are knocked down.
All right, 1, 2.
And how many die?
All right, so I'm going to put this first attack on the guy who already has a wound.
Okay,
I got
what's his strength?
He's going to be strength 4.
Okay, so you do 4s.
All right, and then the other 2 doesn't matter. If I just roll them all together.
Oh,
It will matter. It will matter.
Because
So
they have
the
2
first
pieces,
guy,
so.
2, he's
Yep.
gone, and second guy, 2, he's gone. Khamul.
Wow.
And
Okay.
Khamul's going to get will points back for killing guys. Let me see. Is there a ceiling?
Okay.
Oh, he instantly regains a single point of will spent earlier in the battle for each wound caused. He's back to full will.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
All
right. Khamul.
We'll do these other little chump fights and then be back. Okay, next turn priority.
It's a low roll. You can get it. You got
There's
it.
a 5. Okay.
It's yours.
Oh, and a recap of the rest of the fights. I killed more orcs.
A lot more orcs. 13 dead orcs at this point in time.
Yeah, so 13 dead orcs to 3 dead Beornings. And I have priority. So let's see if we can.
Oh, unless the Witch King can heroic move and transfix Beorn
If he
to save Khamul.
If he heroic moves, yeah, I mean you have to go for it. Let's see.
I'm gonna do it.
And then if I heroic move back, it wouldn't matter. If I win, it just screws Beorn. He can't get onto Khamul anyway. So I have to just let you try for it.
Yeah.
Because if you know what I mean, because if I waste the might and you get it, either way I don't get onto Khamul.
Yeah.
Even if I win.
Yeah.
So I just have to let you go for it.
And Witch King's gonna use 3 dice down to 8.
Okay.
And he does get a reroll from the Crown of Morgul. I'm gonna try to reroll one of these into a 6. Okay, so highest is a 5.
Okay, so I have 1 will left plus a resistance to magic. Double
Boom.
6s. I get my will back. And I'm not transfixed.
All right, but I am gonna use that.
Yes, but you do get to move up.
I'm gonna tag these 2 guys right here.
Yep, that makes sense.
All right, he did not call with me, which is crucial.
Okay, so you're intentionally not bringing
I'm
anybody else.
intentionally not bringing anybody else.
Okay, sounds good. All right, let's do the rest of everybody.
You got a 6.
Okay, so he has a 6 on a transfix on Grimmbeorn.
Correct.
I'm gonna. Do I get to pick how many will points I spend after I see your roll, or do I have to declare it before I see your roll?
Oh, after you see the roll.
So do I just spend all of my will points right now?
You can.
I don't think I'm going to. Oh, I don't know.
I probably would not.
I'm not going to. I'm going to spend.
Because you get a free one every time I cast something at you.
Right, so I'm going to spend 2, so I'm at 3 dice, was my plan originally.
Okay.
So, I got the 6, so I get 1 back.
You
So
get
I'm
one
at
back
2.
too.
Yep, so I'm still at 2.
Okay.
And then, is that all your movement?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I needed to set that up.
Yeah, yep.
I needed to figure out what my odds were.
Yep. And then, everybody else is going to move over. Yeah. All right, Grimmbeorn is going to heroic combat again. So we're going to, shoot shots first. So here's the end of movement. These 3 moved half again. She ran up. These 3 that moved half are just going to shoot that direction, trying to kill guys that are not in combat and are not in positions that Grimmbeorn can easily get to them. So we're going to start with these 2.
Okay, the front guy's defense 6, so it'll be a 5.
I'm going to roll them all separately.
Okay.
I'm going to have to. Because it's a 6 and then a 4 and then 6s.
Well, this guy will die on a 5. This guy will die on a 4.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're talking about defense.
Yeah, sorry. Okay,
I wanted to make sure I wasn't cheating you out of a wound.
Yeah, well, we'll just roll all the hits first because they're all going to hit on 5s, and then it'll be that one, and then the one in the back.
Okay.
None of them hit anyway, so that was a lot of talk for nothing. And then heroic combat.
Okay, I got 2 dice.
I have 4.
Oh no,
I got a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think I just kill stuff and keep moving.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Oh, wait.
What?
I only rolled these 2 guys. I didn't realize I had another one. Hang on.
Oh, yeah, you've got one more.
Give me my 6. Oh, that would have been great. Wouldn't
Okay. It would have. All right. So I never know when to do brutal power attacks.
Just kill
I
stuff.
have to
You
kill
got 4
guys.
attacks and your strength 8, right?
Yeah, I mean,
You
and
need
you're knocked
3s.
down because I'm a monster.
Yeah,
so they're both dead. And then I'm gonna heroic combat
4 more till I break.
into the next 2. Yeah, I'm gonna break you this turn, and then you're gonna win because I don't have enough bodies on the middle. I have to get Grimmbeorn all the way through, so I don't have no one within 3 inches.
The
Right?
game might suddenly end. Okay,
Right.
you still have to roll that 1 or a 2. So
Right. So if I break you and it suddenly ends, I think I just lose. But we'll see what happens.
Are you gonna wreck Khamul now?
Yeah, let's just jump right into wrecking Khamul.
All right, I'm gonna use my will point to go to mighty 2 attacks.
Okay.
So
I have 4 attacks. I only have a 5, but I have 1 point of might left.
Come on! I'm gonna make you use it.
You're gonna make me use it. So I go to a 6. You are knocked from your horse and take a Throne Rider, and you're
Throne Rider, he's okay.
But you're gonna take 8 strikes at. Or do I do the brutal power attack where it's just strength 10s until you die?
Well, I'm defense 8, so
So I want to just roll them.
I would just roll
Because I'm going to get more out of just rolling it. Because in
Yeah.
defense 8, I still have to roll 3. How many wounds do you have?
just 1, but I have
If
2
I-
fate points.
Right, so I'd have
So
to
if you
roll.
roll
I'd have to
four-
roll 3 3s in a row with
'Cause
the
your
strength 10 thing.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just gonna roll my attacks,
Because you're strength 8, right?
and that's enough to kill you.
Because you're strength 8?
Yeah.
So you need 4s. So that's not enough yet.
Oh, you're right, because you're okay. Yeah.
So I have to. Well, hang on. Here's
So
my first
it's
fate.
2. Yeah. Okay, so now you're dead.
Second fate. And
You
I have
still
no
take-
might, so now he's
So
dead.
yes, you're dead. Yeah. Okay, you had to pass both your fates.
Yes.
And I need to roll 3 4s, and on 8 dice I rolled
Squish.
2. So
Squish
it
combo.
was a very light squish. It was like a. Beorn has definitely been blowing it this game, but we will see what happens with the rest of these fights and then come back. One more interesting one: the Witch King versus 2 Beornings.
I do
they
have
a
4 attacks from the crown side, and I have the 6.
I have a bear, not a Zinx, so you do get it.
So
they're
that's gonna
knocked
be 8
down.
strikes. 1, 2, 3, they're gone.
Yeah,
I
they're
got-
both dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's 2 more dead Beornings. Okay,
Hang on, we gotta look at this scenario now.
the end of combat. Mordor is broken, and I am way out of position, as I am horribly wont to do.
At the end of each turn after this condition has been met. So,
Oh goodness. Yep, so it is not 2 separate clauses, so it's just a roll. On a 1 or a 2, the game's over. The game's
it's
over.
a 1. Well, that was a fantastic game. Good game, John. Extremely well played. But it came down. It came down to
Yeah.
that last dice roll.
It absolutely-
Because if
well-
you get another turn out of this,
Well, right. Well, but I think there were a couple of things I could have done to get my turn, right? Like, I knew that there was a chance for you to break this turn. There was no reason for Grimmbeorn to heroic combat. Because he killed the extra 2 guys that broke you.
Yeah, you really
Whereas,
want
like,
to
if I didn't-
slow down the
Right.
rate of killing because the lethality of Beorn and Grimmbeorn, and even just the regular old Beornings, I mean, they were cutting through orcs left and
killed
right.
so much.
I mean, I
so
lost 6 or
fast
8 orcs in a turn.
that the game just ended.
yeah.
And I was way out of position.
So I think, the big takeaway was tempo.
Yeah.
It needs to be just a little bit slower.
I know, I
which
gotta
is
slow
crazy.
down.
But even though, but here's the thing: in the 2/3 chance that the game didn't end,
Well,
you would get
so-
at least another turn out of this.
Right. And
Possibly
I
2
think
turns.
with one more turn, I think I would have secured this side. And, well, with one more turn, I don't know about this side.
The Witch King is a decently
King-
big obstacle.
Right. But still, even with one more turn, I mean, I at least would have been totally on this one
Yeah,
and would have prevented you from getting 5 points on the middle.
absolutely, because that's huge. Because the
Right.
end of the game state, I ended up scoring 5 for the center objective, 1 for the side objective,
And then nobody scored
and then
that.
nobody scored that objective.
So you had 6.
Yeah.
And then
But
you
you
were
s-
broken and I was unbroken.
Correct.
So I just got 1 point.
Right. So it's not
Because
quite
Grimmbeorn was also a half an inch out of that side.
right.
I just, yeah. Because if one more turn, she gets up there. And then, but again, there were things that I could have done differently. But
True.
I think it was really good.
But it's not a deficiency of your army. It's more
No,
of like
absolutely.
almost like an experience thing because
Well, for
we
real.
haven't played that many games.
well, and I think that there was like definitely some things that you did really, really well.
My absolute most valuable player was Khamul the Easterling.
Oh my gosh.
He was amazing. I have never had Khamul perform that well. I mean,
I
he
know.
killed 3 Beornings in
did a
one
lot.
turn of combat.
He burned a ton of resources off of Beorn.
Yeah.
Who he transfixed Beorn.
Yeah,
Right?
successfully.
So he successfully transfixed Beorn, knocked out half of Beorn's resources immediately.
and
right?
killed
And
half his
kept-
warband.
and killed half his warman on his own.
And he
So-
regenerated all that will as
Yeah.
well through the kills
mean-
and the wounds inflicted. And
I think pulling him out and looping him back around and coming back in on his terms, I think was definitely a huge.
he had to.
move.
Yeah, sometimes the best thing
Was
that
like
an
a-
evil guy can do is run away.
Right. Well, I think it worked out really well in your favor, right? Because I think I went a little too hard going that way, and you definitely took advantage of it and like were able to kind of surround me in a way to keep me off.
It's a little bit of a kiting
Right. It's
maneuver
like- so I
around
could-
this house.
Right. So I was kind of blocked off on this side with Grimmbeorn or with Beorn. I think
The scenario is super interesting though,
Yeah.
splitting your army up like that.
Yeah.
I'm glad I put Khamul I'm glad I put Khamul over there because I knew
Yeah,
the Knight
I
of
agree.
Umbar would be a lot weaker on his own, and I didn't want the Witch King, the general, to be all alone
Right.
because you get points for
Oh
killing
yeah,
him.
I definitely think you split up your army properly. I
But,
think,
yeah.
yeah, and I really liked the whole Beorn versus Khamul narrative.
That
The
was
story
cool.
that happened over there was
That was
awesome.
cool. But yeah, no, great.
was
And of
really
course,
good.
you know, Beorn squished him at the very end.
Oh
so
yes,
that's
oh
good.
yeah, he got his comeuppance. Yeah, it was good stuff.
Yeah, but
And then-
extremely good game. Yeah, and I think Grimmbeorn was easily your MVP. He was awesome.
or even just those great bows.
The great bows.
I mean, they killed so much.
The division of your warbands is extremely well done, and I think having the one warband with Grimmbeorn and the Great Bows is so good, and they were just tearing stuff
They
up
just
with
did-
those
they
defense 4 spearmen.
Yeah, they
That's
did.
good.
I feel like I got too greedy even with them because they were doing so well. I mean, they just didn't come up soon enough, right? They were just
Yeah.
happy to just keep killing.
Yeah, and this is one of those, you know, when I was building the army, because I am trying to keep those numbers up so that when we run into those
Right.
Dragon Emperors and when we run into those Assault on Lothlorien lists,
Yeah.
you're not completely overwhelmed with the numbers. But I was actually really happy with the ratio that
Yeah.
37 models was a perfect sweet spot.
That really, it really worked out
Yeah.
really well.
It was enough that you have enough guys to kind of lock some people up and get around on the sides, but not so many that I'm worried about having to feed you more to get broken. So that was
right.
good. Yeah.
And the having the 3 ring rates was just, it's a lot to handle. And
Yeah.
It makes the target priority difficult, right? I mean, it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and even getting through all of your lines to get onto them is tough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have enough defense 6, right? You have enough Morannon orcs that it's not trivial to plow through the lines.
Absolutely.
Right? Whereas if it was all just like orcs, like basic Mordor orc spam, I think I just punch a hole in the lines and then I can get through on
And
them.
I'm almost wondering
But-
if instead of the Knight of Umbar, we swap him out for the Dark Marshal to get that 12-inch banner. Or it's a 6. I think it's a 6-inch banner, but it's 12.
Yeah.
If you
12-inch diameter.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it's a little bit more than 12-inch diameter, but yeah, the 6-inch around him, his banner effect, that could work. I think that could be good. I mean, the Shadow Lord could be good too.
Oh, to protect from shooting.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, especially if you're already.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
you already don't care about the darkness from Assault on Lothlorien, but like making it so their shooting is pretty even more
Yeah.
irrelevant against you is could be really good. So I think it'd be worth trying it with the Shadow Lord and with the Dark Marshal. I'd like to even with the Knight of Umbar again. I mean, because he didn't really get to do much this game.
He didn't, and I liked I think the thing that's making me think that is that he's a deficient spellcaster.
Yeah.
He does not cast as well, and Khamul is as well.
Yeah.
Because they compensate for having the better fight ability
Right.
by being poorer at the magic casting aspects. I'm almost wondering if like a Shadow Lord or an Undying or something like that
Yeah.
maybe.
Does it make you? The question then would be: does that make you too weak against something like the Dragon Emperor without having both melee guys?
Right, that's right,
I mean,
because
does that hurt you too much? Because I don't think it's like as the difference. I don't think that helps you swapping that guy out.
Right, that's true.
Helps the matchups that it helps that much to warrant the negative side effects you get against the Easterlings.
Absolutely, because you've got, not only do you have to deal with the Dragon Emperor, but you have Rutabi as well, who is
Right.
a fight value 5 or 6,
she's
beat
nuts.
stick general.
She's nuts. Yeah.
So you've got to be in multiple places, and having that combat mimicry rule to steal the fight value. That's really
It's
nice.
really good. I do
So,
think, I am tempted to say I think you just leave it, but
just leave it as is. But
yeah.
I'm
At
actually
least
really
for
happy
two
with
games.
this
I
list.
really like it. It's really good.
I think it has some legs. I think it's a good counter. It's a good counter play.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing, so-
absolutely. And
But
very well played and very
no,
fun.
but Beornings,
Very
10 out of
fast.
10.
I mean, it was just like, yeah, I need to play them more. I need to not get so greedy. This is what happens with me too. Whenever I play, like half my armies, I'm like, oh, you're broken, and I haven't even gotten to the scenario.
Well, I think that it's hard because your big agents who do the scenario are still also killing stuff. Because
Right.
you're the 2 bear form, skinwalker guys, the Beorn and Grimmbeorn,
Yeah.
they're doing a lot of the work
They do a
for
lot
the
of
army. But
Yeah.
you did a really good
I
job of
definitely
making
could-
sure
yeah.
that the guys were still doing stuff too.
Yeah. It was definitely really fun. It was a very fun game, very good game.
Yeah.
Thank you again for playing it. And we'll
Yeah.
see you all for the next one.
Thanks, guys. This is Dunedain Dad game,
Yeah.
singular.
Dunedain Dad Gaming.
So for us from Dunedain Dad Gaming, thank you for joining us. And do we ask them to like, share, and subscribe?
I guess.
Like, share, and subscribe, because YouTube videos, hundreds of hours of YouTube videos have told me successful channels ask for that. So don't smash the like button. Stab it.
Yeah.
Give it a good poke
Stab
with
it
that
with a
arrow.
Morgul blade.
With a Morgul blade.
That's right.